Hello, good morning. How is everyone doing today? It is Mega, aka the Art Messiah, here to save you from your art sins. Welcome back to another art stream. Today is going to be a little bit of a shorter stream. Going to talk a little bit about what we're doing, what we're working on, and we're going to hop right into it. And yeah, it's gonna be a chill stream. We'll have a little bit of chance for some talking, some conversation, but mostly I'm gonna work on this piece a little bit. And this is some promotional art for my story, Ignition. So I just wanted to start off the day with some drawing, but there's other things I want to get done, which includes some programming, and programming takes a lot of focus and a lot of mental energy. So I'm trying to give myself enough energy for that. And so therefore I'm just going to stream for maybe 30 minutes to an hour. 10 is kind of my cap for today. And I just want to continue to refine this piece a little bit. So I can show you guys kind of the progress. So this is, my initial sketch that I had for this piece. And then I took it through a little bit more refinement and even further refinement. And last night I was kind of bringing it to the stage right here. So from here to here. So we're going to kind of work from this point and continue to refine and build this character out. And so again, as per usual, yeah, if you have questions, drop them in the comments, and that'll give me some stuff to talk about as we're drawing and creating. And also, I want to start kind of saying this at the beginning of most of these streams. I want these streams to kind of just be like a co-working space, just kind of like accountability for other artists or just other people that maybe studying, doing homework, that kind of thing. But just want a chill spot where people can come in, get their stuff done, maybe get some helpful advice, but yeah, I just want these to kind of be like a work along type of deal. So I know a lot of people coming in the streams, they're working on really cool projects and stuff. So just want to put that out there, and that's what I want to continue to use these streams for. So yeah, let's kind of jump right into this and start defining these colors a little bit more here and there where I need to. Is it Control Shift or Shift Alt? Forgetting my shortcuts. Thought Shift Alt was maybe it's Control Shift. Yeah, Control Shift. That's what I want. Okay. I was trying to remember my shortcut for zooming to a layer. Oh, it looks like I did something weird down there as well. I'm not sure. There's two of these windows now, and I'm honestly not sure how to close one of them. If I guess I'll just do that for now. So yeah, I was trying to remember that shortcut so I could just easily get back in here and start painting and coloring again. Okay. So I'm not ignoring questions, I'm just setting up my workspace, so I'm going to get to that here in a second. Okay, so Maya asks if I have any tips for reducing characters to their basic shapes and how to decide what shapes they should be. Like having the shapes and. Hold on a sec. That's kind of hidden behind like this mark. Let me see. Um, like having the shapes and line language match their personality. So it kind of sounds like you have, at the very least, kind of heard of like that design methodology of like, how do you create a character design and how do you use shapes to kind of do that or kind of at least nail it in. Um, and so there are some basic kind of principles, I guess you could say, when it comes to shapes and like what shapes to use when. Um, there's basically your three main shapes. You have a circle, you have a square, and you have a triangle. Now, circles kind of represent like softness and like friendliness, kind of like warmth, right? Squares kind of represent kind of, I might mix up the square and the triangle, but I believe square is kind of something that's like dependable and like sturdy and like kind of strong. Um, and the triangle is also a little bit like that as well, but a triangle is a little bit more sleek and kind of like pointy and kind of like edgy. So use triangles, mostly for, things that should have a little bit of like an edge or like pointiness to it. So, for example, if your character is like a really strong and like loving character that's like provides like a lot of security or whatever, you may want to use shapes that are leaning towards like the circle and kind of like the square for the strength and the circle for like the the softness. So those are some like general things that you can keep in mind when trying to use like different shapes. And then when you're actually implementing those shapes, that's within like anything and everything. So for example, the shape of like this belt buckle, like right here, or like a shape here, like it's a square. Like, try to pay attention to all the shapes that you're drawing within your design. And of course, you can always mix it up. One character doesn't always have to just use circles or whatever the case may be, but that's more so just like a general like guideline that can help you kind of get started with some of the shapes that you may want to kind of implement and use. But just like with anything in drawing, it's a lot about experimentation and just finding out what really like works for you. So don't get too bent up on just like the whole design philosophy of it, because it's really just like a guide or like a helpful like starting point, but you can really go with it whatever way you want to go with it. And yeah, I'm still experimenting with like character designs and stuff. Like even in this piece, I'm experimenting with character design, and that's why I do stuff like this like every once in a while. Just to try new things out and see where I want to take the character. Because once you make a character design, then you can see like, hey, does this fit this person's personality? Do you think this is a good match? Like that kind of thing. Tip for eyes, don't make the white of eyes like pure white. Try to use an off-white, especially if it's like in shadow or anything like that. You're gonna get a better read. Again, I'm just kind of cleaning up some stuff here and there, right? Nothing too crazy at this point in time. Alright, we're gonna come down to here and we're gonna create an outline just to kind of see how if this is gonna help me separate this character from the background a little bit. This is why I typically use this kind of outline. I know you guys have seen this in like my other pieces as well and stuff, and I use this kind of outline so I can better define just the shapes and stuff so people can read kind of what's happening here. And sometimes it can actually kind of create almost like a rim light, which is also kind of cool in my personal opinion. So, you know, maybe y'all wanna try something like this out. I think that's honestly pretty cool looking already. I think that actually does help. So I think I'm gonna keep working in this type of thing. I feel like it gives also like a certain energy, and not only does it give it a certain energy, it, you know, blends into these kind of like little energy sparks that everybody got going on anyway, so that's cool. All right, and I may potentially want to do a different color on this outside edge, so I made a new layer just for that, just in case I will want to do something like that. But we're gonna see how this goes. I'm gonna change this jacket up a little bit. This is kind of blowing in the wind, but on one side I want it to do something a little bit different. So we're gonna work on that here in a little bit. I also want to work on the shadow on the face and the shadows in the jacket as well. Also, I want to add shadows into the hair and the belts as well, because they are looking really flat and do not match the rest of it. Yeah, I always use off-white for the eyes and teeth. Same. You want to save that like true white for those extreme like highlights, and that's gonna make those highlights really pop. So yeah, making it slightly off-white is gonna help it make it look more realistic. Also, let me know if the music is too loud or too quiet. I've been really getting a kick out of, I shouldn't say a kick, but I've been really enjoying just having this kind of Zelda playlist going. One, because it's, I don't have to worry about the copyright stuff. But two, because it's like super peaceful and it's kind of nice in the morning like that. So All right. Now that I've done that, I'm gonna try adjusting the outside edge of this. So doing like the green and blue. I really like that, so I may stick with that. It's also pretty nice. All these colors are nice, actually. Okay, music is good. Sweet, 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 sweet. I'm trying to use letters as a guide for characters' body language, like an S and an I and an R. Yeah, that is super helpful, especially for like gesture. It's not gesture, is it? Gesture or gesture? Someone corrected me. It's like, oh, you're not saying it right. Anyways, when you're doing like those gesture drawings, I'm just gonna say gesture for now. Knowing those types of shapes for the lines is really important because those are like some of the most common rhythms that you might have in the body. So yeah, definitely keep that up for sure. Okay, so I can't decide on the secondary color because I think all these colors look so cool right now. This kind of color looks cool. That color looks cool. You know, this is a color I keep on using kind of over and over again. I really like this kind of like aquamarine-ish color. Like, I just think it looks really cool. Okay, well, anyways, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm going to cancel that, actually, and then go... I'm going to duplicate this. And we're going to do that same thing, but we're going to try negative 100. I like that. I like that look. Kind of blends into the jacket, but still gives that pop. And it's a complementary color for that green. Almost tertiary. I guess the complementary color for the green would be like a purple-ish kind of color. All right, so now let's jump back up into our shadows. So normally for my first shadow pass, I just use a multiply layer. Here's an example. Don't just use this color, but here's an example of a color you can choose before you turn the layer to multiply, and then you can see how it kind of, you know, darkens things like that. I'm just gonna come in and not too much, but I am gonna refine the shadow shapes slightly. Just so I can get a better read on this, you know. And remember, when it comes to shadows, try to make large shapes, and then we can always craft out the smaller shapes later. Okay, so let's see here. And I know you guys have seen it often here, but I do just want to keep on reiterating that drawing is one of those things where it just takes, refinement after refinement. And so I love showing you guys the entire process, because this stuff does not really come together that quick. You got to keep on rendering and working and thinking about your light sources and what you're trying to highlight in your piece. And you really have to figure out what direction you're moving in and what you're trying to convey with each piece. So okay. Maya asks, what helps you decide characters' body language? I have a difficult time with stuff like that. Yes, I can try to answer this to the best of my abilities. When I think of a character's body language, I know that is, at least for me, that is mostly formed by the character's personality, first and foremost. But then after that, after their personality, it also depends on what action they're doing. So those two things combined typically should give me a feeling for posing and character body language. And one thing that can be helpful, although you may feel silly or potentially even look silly doing this, but one thing that can be extremely helpful is actually doing kind of like almost like method acting in terms of getting into character and just trying to think of how they would feel about certain things and what would be their general reaction. So I use that a lot, and then just use a mirror and just kind of like try to do the expression whatever, and whatever feels right, whatever looks right to you and feels right to you, like kind of just go with it and stick with it. You know what I mean? So it's like if you feel like the character is very shy and just like timid, they're going to kind of, maybe wince a little bit or cringe a little bit or like, oh, like why, dang, like why'd I say that? Why'd I do that? they may kind of like, curl up a little bit. Their expressions are going to basically minimize how much space they're taking up, because they don't have as much confidence as, maybe a character that has confidence and is loud and is out there and this and that. So I try to think about that a lot. Like, is this character, introverted? Are they extroverted? Do they talk with their hands? Do they not so much express with their hands? Like, how expressive are they? And like, what I do is, like, I imagine like my characters like animated, or I don't know if I do necessarily live action, but I have the kind of like a nebulous idea of in my head of like these characters doing certain things, right? And if there's key like reactions or emotions for your character, try to actually draw them out, so that way whenever you're trying to get that body language down, you have some easy reference to get back into the frame of mind of what that character is. That's my personal recommendation there for doing something like that. Okay, so we're gonna do something crazy here, and by crazy, it's actually not gonna be that crazy, but I'm gonna try erasing this portion and see what happens when we make this jacket a little bit asymmetrical. Okay, because I'm thinking about this jacket actually kind of curling up and flowing off to the right. So that's why I'm trying that. And I think it could kind of work. I do think it needs a little bit of fine tuning though. But I kind of like that. So let's bring this back in. All right, this is what we currently have. Yeah, I'm gonna try that a little bit more seriously this time. Hold on. But yeah, with body language, try to have fun with it. Try to watch like movies and shows, and then pause when you see great just like body language or reaction and stuff like that. And study is kind of like the name of the game. And you can always learn, you can always improve on like literally any topic. To be honest. And then I'm gonna take a break from talking real quick, because I'm trying to imagine how this jacket is going to be curling up in the way that I want it to be. Okay, so we're gonna do a duplicate of the line work here. I'm gonna duplicate that layer. yes, screenshots of movies and stuff like that. Yeah, that type of stuff is so good. That can help so much. All right, so we're gonna try doing. So it's gonna be like this. Now, so this edge is kind of rolling over, and so let me zoom out here before I completely flub this. Alright, so I'm trying to get the shape down correctly. Go into my eraser, drop this down a little bit. I'm having a difficult time with this overlap flap thingy going on. So, let's see. Okay, so if I have a piece of coat jacket that's blown in the wind like this, and one of the edges is being curled over like so, we are gonna get something like such. Alright, so we're gonna try something out. Let's take this and let's take this, and I think like the corner would look something like that if it was being like rolled over. But I don't know. I'm not liking it. all the shapes I'm making aren't quite reading the way I want them to read. So it'd be going out this way, and then this should be more vertical, and then this would actually fold in more like that. So I could do that, or I could have it folded a little bit less. And if it's folded a little bit less, it's coming out more like that. Yeah, this is the struggle of drawing, you know? Trying to get something to look just the way you want it to look. Right? So I think I'm going to take it all the way in like that, and that's going to be like that. Try to show the poofiness of this. So I'm going to make this kind of rounded, so like that. And even this edge should be like slightly rounded. And I also want to show the bunching up of this as it would fold around that corner. Okay. Okay, I think we're making some progress now. I'm gonna do something like that. Okay. I still don't think it's perfect, but I think it's at least somewhat better, maybe. This needs to have a little bit more curvature to it. I can already tell that. Currently struggling hopelessly to draw a profile. I know how you feel. Yeah, I'm in that. Yeah, I'm in that struggle. Yo, what is up, Anansi? When the stream is done, I will go watch a video that involves a face claim for my character, and screenshot when I get a profile view. I don't even know how to draw normal profiles. There's a lot of variation in drawing profiles, so you know, try drawing it one way, try drawing it another way, but starting with reference is always good. And then I always say this, I teach a specific theory and method on my channel, but it's honestly best if you come with your own theory and way to kind of create this stuff. Okay, that's pretty cool. I'm kind of liking it. It's kind of starting to grow on me a little bit, I guess. Alright, how is Sketchbook? Since I have you the files for it, or I gave you the files for it. I have not been using Sketchbook too much, to be honest, because I haven't been drawing on my phone much. But I haven't been drawing too much in general, and I'm like, this is the workflow I'm like kind of currently used to. So there was a couple things, like commissions and stuff, that I was trying to do and get done, and I didn't want to like risk trying out a new program yet. But I definitely appreciate the files that you gave me, and I will in the future try out Sketchbook again, because I did enjoy it in the past, so I will be trying it again in the future. But yeah, for right now, I'm kind of going on just comfortability, to be honest. Okay, so let's now change this color profile for it. So we're gonna come up here. I guess we'll make a duplicate layer just so I can see the changes that I'm making. So first of all, we're gonna get rid of all of this. Not all of it, but a lot of it. And we're gonna zoom this back out, come back to our sketch, add in this color, we're also going to duplicate our multiply layer so that way we can get rid of all of this junk. Come back in here, we're gonna get rid of this chunk as well, and we're gonna come into here, we're gonna get rid of this. Alright, so we're getting down into our last couple minutes here. So I'm going to go ahead and do whatever final touches that I can at the moment. before we start like seriously wrapping up here. Let me do something like that. I hate it when I keep misspelling basic words on live streams repeatedly. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Especially in live streams because it's very casual. It's very casual in here. And also, like, I don't know about you, but when I'm watching live streams, I'm like kind of working at the same time. So I'm like typing stuff in, but like I'm not even really paying attention. I'll come back later and I'm like, wow, no one like corrected me on that. But no, it's all good. Like, it's a very casual stream. That's fair enough. I feel the same way with Procreate. I'm so used to sketchbooks, I don't want to change the workflow on that too. But Procreate has some features I can't argue with. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like you have these different programs, and it's like there's these certain features that it's like you really want, but it's not in the other one, and like vice versa. So I definitely feel that, and it's like, okay, my workflow is cemented, and if I need to get work done for a client, like let me not change it up. Right now I'm drawing an entire page of just his eyes from all the pictures of him in my gallery, which are a lot. Astro Observatory. I like this song. Yes, it is a good song, a very good song. And that is very good practice to do like one thing at a time, study one thing at a time. So I wish you all the luck in that. My fellow artists and comic book creators and writers and creatives in general, as well as other people that are here just to support. Thank you so much for coming out to this stream. I had a lot of fun. This was me drawing Elijah from my story Ignition. If you would like to know more about that, then head over to my website and my newsletter. Both of those are linked in the description, and you can find out a little bit more about the story. Feel free to follow me on Instagram and Tumblr, where I probably post the most. On Instagram, I don't actually make that many posts, but I make a lot of stories. So it's a great way to keep up with what I'm working on currently. I need to go run and do some coding, so I can get this story, off the ground. And I'm super excited for that. Thank you guys so much. Thanks, Emea. Thanks, Anansi, for coming through. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. And shoot, what else can I say? Yeah, that's a wrap. It is a wrap. So peace out. Take it easy. And until next time, I think I'm gonna keep this stream time. We'll try to start around 8 a.m., but maybe it might be 9 a.m. Just depends on how long it takes me to get set up for that day. And yep. It's a wrap. See y'all